who has a proven threat to our safety is running for Congress has evil plan for America. Much of what happens in Washington is our fault. It's hard to hear, but the fact is, our representatives are just that, our representatives. We elected them, we pay them, and we are responsible for kicking them out if they get out of line. Sadly, that rarely happens, but it's within our power to do it. In fact, we're supposed to have all the power, because the system was set up by the people and for the people. The Founding Fathers gave us all the tools we needed to make sure that America stays great. However, the one thing that they couldn't make sure we have, is good sense. If we send representatives to Washington who don't believe in our values and don't want for our country what we want for it, that's on us. If we are the generation that believes in smooth talking and empty promises instead of digging into a politician's history and ideology, that's on us. Sadly, it might just be on us again, as the people of California are faced with quite the dilemma. According to the Daily Caller, one California district is faced with keeping their scandal-prone Republican representative, or electing Omar Campanayar, and yes, it's as bad as that name sounds. Democratic candidate Omar Campanayar is running for Congress in California to unseat scandal-ridden Republican Representative Duncan Hunter. A San Diego native, Campanayar says he wants to serve the community that helped raise him, serve his family and friends, and provide the 50th District of California leaders who is not embattled in scandal, a reference to incumbent Hunter. Campanayar talks a really great talk. In fact, he sent out a very compelling letter to his would-be constituents, telling them why he deserved their support. A letter to California's 50th District. My name is Omar Campanayar, the People's candidate. I was born in East County, the son of a working-class mother who raised me with help from family and neighbors. From my first job as a church janitor to serving in the White House, advocating for small businesses to fighting for American workers, I've devoted my life to service. I am not accepting corporate donations. I am running to give back to my mother's generation, and to all those seeking to live and retire with dignity. As a Labor Department official, I served working families. As a business owner, I know the burdens we face. Washington may have lost its way, but I haven't. I am ready to bring our district's common values and common sense to serve the common good. I've spent years listening to what keeps people up at night. I don't care about your personal politics, I care about your personal health, safety, and financial future. We need to restore America's basic bargain, opportunity for all, responsibility from all. That begins with a good job. In Washington, I worked on the only program both sides could agree on, apprenticeship jobs training. The average apprentice makes $70,000 a year, double the average American's income. It's time to get on with the people's business. There are 6 million job vacancies in manufacturing, construction, healthcare, finance, IT, clean energy and other sectors. I have the experience needed to bring these jobs home. If you'll be my voice this election, I'll be yours in Washington. Let us get to work. As great as all that sounds, we need to keep our eyes on the prize, and ask ourselves not just what he says, but what has he done. According to the Daily Caller, his reputation is far from stellar to anyone who is not a die-hard PC liberal. Campanayar supports a number of policies backed by the growing hard-left faction of the Democratic Party. He is a staunch supporter of a universal health care system, like Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All proposal. Like Sanders, an independent, Campanayar has no solution for how to pay for a universal health care system, but still thinks it is the system of the future. The Democratic hopeful is also up for stricter gun laws and is adamantly against the construction of a border wall along the southern U.S.-Mexico border. Campanayar is the grandson of one of the architects of the 1972 Palestinian terrorist attack that led to the slaughter of 11 Israeli athletes at the Olympic Games. The young Democrat says he does not share his grandfather's political beliefs and has made strong ties with the Jewish community in the district. He is looking to unseat Hunter, a former Marine, who is under federal investigation for improperly spending campaign funds for personal use. A San Diego grand jury has subpoenaed members of his family and former Hill staffers to discern how and where Hunter spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on friends and family. Despite an ongoing investigation and Republicans calling for his retirement, Hunter has outraised Camp and Ayar well over $350,000. The Republican representative also took the last election with over 63% of the vote in 2016 and 71% in 2014. It would be fantastic if no Republicans ever did anything wrong, but it's just not the case. So right now, we're faced with the idea of someone who mishandles money, which, admittedly, isn't he good, or the guy who has got a family history of terrorism. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the guy who gave money to his family is probably the one you want over the guy who has family commits premeditated mass murder. But you do you, California.